Oh, man. I have too many tabs open.
Recording has started.
I have too many tabs open. I probably should close some.
You?
How many tabs do you have open, Will?
16. And then I have Firefox open also.
I have 32.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Some
think
of
I'm
them
close
are...
to that.
Huh?
I think I'm close to where you are.
Oh, God. There's too many tabs. This hot chocolate is very good.
I'm not at my computer to tell you how many I have, but I know it's a lot.
I'm going to close some of these tabs. I closed one.
I get in the habit of opening new tabs for different videos on YouTube. I never close them.
I thought you were going to say opening new tabs for new videos on YouTube and then never watching them, because I do that.
Man!
Oh, I've done that a few times as well. There's probably like 4 or 5 open right now that I haven't actually watched.
I've actually got 2 videos that are the same video open.
And you wonder why your thing's doing things.
I do that a couple times as well.
No, I know why it was crashing. Because I had too much going on it. It crashed like 4 times.
Get back on track.
What'd you say, boy?
I said accept yourself and get back on track.
Okay.
See the shade I'm in now.
I also have like a lot of picture inspiration posts, and like, you know, you'd be like doing a picture and you need a lot of reference poses, and so I have like a shit ton of reference poses up because Inktober and also personal projects.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. Makes a lot of freaking sense. Right, Jess? Exactly.
Just gonna call out the person that's not here right now.
Was that Jess? I thought it was Jess. It is Jess! She's here, in spirit. She can hear me.
She's muted.
So, she can hear me. I think, probably, possibly. Also that moment when you're like, look at a fanfic artist, or, no. Yeah, a fanfic author, there we go. Name, and you're like, I should know you, but I can't remember what you've done.
I'm the same way. Like, I have subscribed to people recently. I was like, man, I don't remember what you wrote that I liked.
I love and hate October for Twitter because I think I've subscribed to at least 50 people in the last 3 days.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. They have beautiful art, okay?
You gotta look at things other than October, because, like, then you'll get further...
I do!
No, you'll get further down the road and be like, why did I follow this?
That's you.
Hey.
Hey. Not my fault you like train wrecks. But anyways.
Moving on.
Yeah, no, I do. I look at, like, a lot of their stuff. I mean, there was that one person I was posting that did a lot of Overwatch stuff, and I just kept laughing and laughing at all their different posts, and I probably annoyed you guys with it, but anyways. Look, another one. Oh, no, I do follow them already. It's very pretty, though.
Oh, my God.
Shut up.
Hello, I can finally hear you guys.
Hello.
Hi!
Fucking computers.
God damn it. Frickin' drive-throughs take forever.
I have roles to do. That's what I needed to do.
Where are you ordering food from?
I don't know.
I think he's talking to the people.
Oh, okay. thought she was talking to us. I was like, I don't know. How do I respond to this?
I hope he's not talking to the people and just saying that fucking drive-thrus take forever.
No, he can
Yeah,
say that over the intercom.
Drive through.
He can say that over the intercom, then it'll just spin in his food.
I want to
Yeah.
talk to the intercom people. Hello, I am from the future.
I'm at Panera.
So amazing.
Not gonna lie, the first thing I ever got from Panera was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was like 18.
It's like so intimidating when you go in there for like the first or second time because you see all these fancy French terms and you're like, what the fuck kind of bread is that?
I know, right? Did you get so intimidated by all the selections and everything? You're like, I just want a normal sandwich.
Pretty much. Like, I think I got a ham sandwich the first time I went in there, and they're like, do you want everything on it? And I was just like, yeah, sure. And like half of the stuff I didn't even like, but I'm like, I don't know what some of this stuff is.
Oh my gosh.
I've come a long way since then. Like, I love going to that place.
So
But
everybody.
the first, and it's like even worse because they use like what was it? Starbucks is like that. The first time I ever went to Starbucks, I was like, what the fuck's the tall?
Yes! Oh my god.
And they're
I
like,
ordered
well,
a
it's this.
coffee without sugar or anything. I was like, yeah! I'm suave. Oh god, this is terrible.
I like how I
Yes,
come back
exactly.
in and talk about Starbucks sizes. What?
Huh?
He said he likes how he comes back and talking about Starbucks sizes.
Like, I don't know how you guys got there.
Just talking about like,
Magic.
how intimidating when you first go there, like, because they use all these fancy terms, and you're just like, I don't know what this means, and then they're like, there's always like a line when you go to these places too. So yeah,
Exactly, Evan!
but there's always a line, and so you feel even more pressured, and then the attendant's
Yeah.
already looking at with you with the dead eyes of just come on, let's take your order so you can go.
Yeah, and then you
Like,
feel
I
like
don't
everybody
know.
behind you is like rallying against you and like stomping their feet and stuff. Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
always
but
have that exasperating.
Like, oh, come on! Like,
Especially when you go to get coffee.
that's why I always use the app. It's fantastic.
Oh, yep.
And I never order anything different.
That's the nice thing about Panera. They have like the little card thing, and like you could just put your favorite stuff, and you just like hit favorite, and there it is every time. Perfect.
I seriously don't remember the last time I went to Panera. It's been a really long time.
Never.
Really?
Ever.
It's tragic. The bread is so good.
No. Yeah.
Heather, you have a quest now.
Hi, what?
She has a lot of
I said you have a
quests,
quest.
and it's not going anywhere.
You must take Will to a Panera.
Oh,
See, Evan
yeah, I have a
agrees.
lot of quests. You have
It's
no idea how hard it is to get Will to like try different like foods.
So that's where Natalie gets
I
from.
think it took me 5 years to get him to try German food.
No, it didn't take that long. I went to
Well,
beer garden before
well, German food, they just like to pickle everything or boil the crap out of everything. So it's just bland all the way
Well,
around.
no, Will, I say 5 years because like I want to say we were like 19, 20 when I got you to finally try German food.
Yeah, I also didn't have
So I'm-
money before.
Yeah, sure, that's what it was. That was the problem.
It didn't help.
Do you have like a German restaurant by like where you live or something? I'm intrigued to hear that like specifically German food is what you wanted him to try.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
this place called Beer Garden.
We actually have a couple of German restaurants. We have a couple of, like, a bunch of different types of restaurants. And Indian was another one that I really wanted him to try. And I want to say we were like 22, 23.
Okay.
So it took even longer for Indian food. So I'm plotting what my next one is.
India food it takes an acquired taste. Like I absolutely love Indian food, but like I take my parents there. Like we have a restaurant in our area that has like their Indian food's amazing. Like I went there so often when I was working full time that I'm on a first name basis with the owner.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yeah,
getting
my
really
parents
into
there.
Korean food lately, actually. And like, actual
like
like
the Korean
Japanese
place.
food too.
Yes. We have an authentic Japanese restaurant that just opened up. I love going there, but my husband's like, the portions are too small. So, like, we don't go there very often.
That sucks.
Well, it's like, it's more than enough for me, but it's like he won't buy, like, fish or anything like that. So he'll get yakisoba or something like that. Where
Yeah.
it's like, it's a treat, and they don't give you a whole lot because it's very fattening.
Yeah. I kind of want to try making other dishes because I found that making the yakisoba is actually fun to make. I don't mind making it. Whereas, like, cooking
easy.
other
It's
things
all-
is kind of daunting. Huh?
Yeah. Yakisoba, like, the key is the sauce. Otherwise, you're just sauteing everything. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it really is. Amazingly enough, the cutting of the vegetables is really relaxing to me. Which is hilarious because, like, when I go to
takes so long.
I'm like, oh my god, can this end? And onions, I'm just like, But
Onions just hurt. They make you cry and your eyes just burn terribly. I hate cutting onions.
I don't have that problem usually.
Oh my gosh. Some of the
Like,
onions I
cut
get,
pound
like,
after pound. Yeah, like everybody used to love me when I used to work in kitchens because I would be able to cut onions without a problem. And so that was always my task, was, cutting tons of
are you just, like, secretly evil? Is that what it is? Like, your tear ducts no longer...
You know it, duh. Nobody gets that. They're like, oh, you're so sweet. No, I'm just evil. No,
I don't deny that you probably have an evil
Exactly,
streak. but-
Exactly, Evan. What? Also, please don't think I'm, like, upset about Evan talking. I like hearing him.
No, I know, you're not upset.
Okay.
Tell him hi, bud. Oh, now he's gonna quiet up. He's standing next to me, like, shouting at the top of his lungs.
That's what all kids do.
At least he's not sitting there literally looking just like, Ma! Ma! Mommy! Mommy! Ma!
I feel like our friend's son is going to learn to do that.
Oh, she's gonna teach him to do that, and then she's gonna hate
Oh my
herself
God.
immediately.
Yeah, and then she is going to hate herself immediately.
Goodness. We don't need any more Stewies, any more evil children.
He's working on it.
He is evil. No, he was born evil. That child is a demon. But I love him. He's my godson. But he's the devil.
And that's how demons manage to grow up.
Exactly. Yeah.
They have, like, their godmothers or their moms or, like, somebody close to them that's willing to suffer the abuse in order to raise that child.
Yeah, that would be both his mother and me. It's the baby that I watched for a while earlier the year.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just being silly.
Oh, okay. I love that kid. He's up starting to walk actually and stand up by himself.
Oh man, hold on tight.
I know,
Nothing's
right?
gonna be safe.
Nothing is safe.
How
He
old is
apparently
he?
likes to climb. He is currently 9 months. He will be 10 months in 15 days.
All right.
No.
No, he's
Something
right on cue for sure.
Hmm?
He's right on cue for sure. Like
Yeah.
9-10 months is when, like, kids are supposed to start showing an interest in walking.
Mm-hmm. No teeth, but
Evan
he's
didn't get
trying
teeth
to walk.
until he was over a year old, and there's nothing wrong
Really?
with that. Yeah.
I feel like that was Natalie too. Do you remember, Will?
What?
When Natalie got teeth?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It's been too long.
It took her forever to lose teeth too.
They say it's better that children take longer to get their teeth. Like, I guess the enamel has more time to set or something. They're less likely for getting cavities.
That's kind of cool. I think it's interesting that Natalie is actually missing an adult tooth on her bottom row of teeth, jaw thing.
Like, she doesn't have it at all.
Yeah, it just didn't grow.
That's interesting.
I know, right? Like, they're all gonna grow, like, up and proper, but there's one missing in the middle.
So she's gonna have to get an implant eventually.
No, like, they'll all be together, but it will just be missing a tooth.
Like, so she won't have the number she's supposed to.
Correct.
Like, I don't know how many teeth are people. I think it's like 32 in your mouth or something like that.
I don't know.
I
But,
don't know.
yeah,
But-
she's missing one in the bottom.
She might have more room for her wisdom teeth because of it.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, they took the last time we were at the dentist, they took X-rays of her teeth, and they were like, "Yeah, she's just missing one. She's special." I was like, "Oh, I knew that, but it's nice to know."
See, my coworker, one of her daughters, had a tooth that, like, her adult tooth literally grew in, like, the complete wrong side part of her face. Like,
I've heard of that. Yeah.
it's like, it's supposed to go in the very front, like, the front right. It started, it actually existed in, like, back on the, like, the left molars, so they actually had to, like, drag it to the front of her mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
like, I
amazing.
mean, gradually. Like, what they did, they used braces, and then they gradually just, like, moved it. I'm just like, that is so fucking weird.
That is weird, but that's awesome. That's cool. That's a cool story. I mean, I have a feeling that Natalie's not gonna like the fact that she's missing a tooth, if she actually even really notices it.
She probably won't.
Probably won't. But yeah, I think it's a cool little like thing, you know. Makes you different. Also, that is extremely cringeworthy. Somebody has a very expensive drawing tablet that has a actual screen into it, and they made a video of themselves dipping a brush into ink and then looking like they're about to draw on it and for Inktober, and I like screaming on the inside. I know it's a joke, but it still makes me cringe.
You're like, why would you even consider doing that to something so expensive and precious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like, I know it's a joke, but
They could just wash it off before it sets. It'll be okay, Heather.
Especially considering one of the cheap ones is what, 1,500 for a cheap one?
yeah. Maybe? I don't know.
I think it's one of the smaller ones is like 1,500.
Let's see, it was, I have the Intuos, and that's, what did I got the medium, didn't I?
No, but you're talking about with a screen in it, so
Yeah, with the screen in it.
yeah, you got to throw that in there.
Yeah. With the fancy dancy screen. Well, it also depends on, I don't know if it was a Wacom tablet, or what kind of tablet it was specifically, because they only showed, like, a corner of it. Let's see. Cintiqs cost so much that they don't have the price on it. I'm kidding. It's probably somewhere. I mean, no, so much that they don't have a price. Yeah, 1,200. God, bless America. Oh, that's for the Pro 24. What are you showing me? Wacom, what are you doing? Show me all your products, please. Maybe I just don't know how to use their website. Might. Yeah, about 1,200, something like that. When do they sell refurbished
I'll be right
product?
back.
Okay. Apparently, a Cintiq 13 HD refurbished is only $600. So it's like half the price, I believe, something like that. Depending on how much that one actually is. Pro Pen Touch Large. Okay, so the large versus the medium is $374 or $375 basically. The medium is $280, which I believe we paid a lot more for the one that I have. Huh. But these are also refurbished, so. No telling what kind of whatchamacallit. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Condition. There's the word. Thank you. What kind of condition they're in. So, is anyone else nervous that they are not going to ask the correct question tonight? Because I am terrified. I feel like I'm going to miss something. No one else is here. I know Jess said be right back. Oh, Cry is definitely not here. Huh?
Cry's on his phone with his mom.
Oh.
And I'm typing something up to Artie.
I got you. Is it about,
She's doing background
Starbucks?
stuff.
Oh.
And I'm not sure what she's sharing, so that's up to her.
Gotcha. I am, though. I'm a little bit nervous that I'm not going to ask the right questions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that I'm thorough.
And back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm out of hot chocolate.
Oh, so sad.
It's all good. And I forgot to buy, apple cider. Sad face. It is fall. I need all the warm drinks. All of them.
Okay, I'm assuming Cry is close to being home. But once he's able to get back in the call, if y'all want to start up, that is up to y'all.
Okay.
If y'all want to do a recap when he can hear it, of y'all's point of view, because I gave him short snippets of what I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all want to fill him in, like, when he comes back.
Nah, screw him.
Okay. For that.
No, I'm kidding.
He was here for the whole session last time, wasn't he? Or pretty
he
much.
missed out on the end of it.
Okay.
So, were animals, not werewolves, were animals.
Lycanthropes.
Lichens.
But it's
Lichen.
like, a lichen implies it's a dog, though.
Yeah.
They're grouped under lycanthropes, so I'm just abbreviating it in the sense of this to lichens.
I understand. I kind of rolled with it because it's how you referred to them last week. But I'm just like, that's silly that they don't have an actual term, you know? Because lichen implies that it's a canine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I said were animal.
But then again, the D&D world, they were probably just trying not to overcomplicate things.
They're failing miserably.
Isn't that what all of D&D is about? Overcomplicating things?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because apartment hunting.
Like,
Because
yes.
Pathfinder 2.0 happened.
I was talking to Ryan about like some of the role plays I've done in the past, especially like the ones that Will and I've done like writing back and forth. And apparently I used terminology that Ryan was like, I don't know what the fuck this means. And he didn't want to ask me, so he actually borrowed my D&D book to read up a little bit so he knew what they meant.
Aww.
And I was like, why didn't you want to ask? And he's like, well, when I ask you, a simple explanation turns into a 20-minute conversation because there's so much backtracking you have to do to explain the point. I was just like, oh.
Aww.
Trying to explain to somebody who doesn't play D&D what prestidigitation... I can't even say it.
Prestidigitation.
I can't say it! Prestidigitation. I still said it wrong, but it's close enough.
It's close enough. We know what you're saying.
Just
What it is, though?
Just start out like in character. It was like, I cast Presta, you know the word.
Pretty much.
Because it's easier.
I think also what it stemmed from is we've been we're reading. I don't know if you guys are aware. Like my group of friends, we started a book club amongst ourselves because we want to read books that we're interested in. Not like the library picks books and they'll pick like Romeo and Juliet. And it's just like, no, I don't really care about that. I read that in high school, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So what we do is we throw everybody's name in a hat, and then when your name's picked, you get to pick the next book. And the book series we're reading now is called Critical Failures.
I didn't realize you guys did it like that.
It's how we've been doing it, and because there's like 15 people in this group, we've been pretty... I've read plenty of good books, honestly. I've really been surprised in some of the selections people have given, and they've all been pretty good.
Nice.
But the one I've already told Willow a little bit about this, but it's essentially like these D&D like role players, they get sucked into the game and they become the characters that they are playing. And so, like, in the process of it, it's just like there's a lot of D&D references, and it's funnier when you roleplay just because I've been in so many of these situations that the characters have reached in only the first 2 books, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's partially what stemmed Ryan to look up, like, read a little bit about D&D, too.
I gotcha. I'm guessing he does not play D&D?
No. He says he doesn't like D&D because the rules aren't, like, definite, you know? Like, they can be flexed either, like, depending on what the GM wants and what arguments entail and so forth. I don't think that's it, but whatever.
I gotcha.
He's much happier playing, like, a board game that has very concise rules.
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Depends on who you're talking to and what board game. That can also be completely and utterly destroyed, unfortunately.
Yeah,
the board games he likes, that the rules are the rules.
Okay.
So he likes, like, Arkham Horror and, like, Ludwig's Insane Manor and, like, those ones that are just, like, they're pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. Yeah. So Natalie really likes, like, board games and stuff, and we tried to incorporate games like Uno, and we have Monopoly Junior, and we all know how Monopoly goes down, where, you know, it's like ends up tearing families apart and bartering and I'll do this if you do that sort of complications. Well, we found out that Uno is also one of those games.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Uno's definitely. Was it ever a question?
Uno
And
is another game that one, like, it rips families apart.
I can't play Uno with my own family because my
you just start to hate them.
No, my childhood rule set is so much different than Heather's childhood rule set that I can't let go of mine and she can't let go of hers, and we can't come to an impasse. So it's just straight up out. I can't play it.
I'm curious. How are the rules different? Like, how much different?
Okay. When I was growing up, the way we played is we basically had like 4 decks put together because we had a lot of kids in my family. And
I have 3. You just hate shuffling.
So we had this like humongous stack of just deck, and we would deal the cards out normally. We'd start with like 7 or something, and we would start the game out. And we did it so that if you threw down a draw 2 or a draw 4, if you had a draw, you stacked it.
Yeah.
And if you had multiples, you could throw those multiples down at the same go. And the same thing goes for reverses and stuff like that. So you'll come up with this hand where you're sitting there looking at it, like, I gotta draw 20 cards. Shit. And you'll just have this monster of a deck in your own hands, and then you just pretty much utterly rape the next 4 people behind you.
It wasn't quite like that. You could stack it, but what he's saying is that one person plays 4 draws.
Yeah.
I've been introduced to many different ways of playing it. I was just curious which way he was referring to. We generally don't do what Will says just because you ass rape everybody thereafter for a little while, and nobody likes that.
Yeah. But
that has been an argument that's come up in our, like, rules that we dictate. We normally don't, though.
in my family, you could kind of do that. Like, it would be like one person plays a draw 4, the next person plays a reverse, so they don't have to pick up the draw 4, but the person that originally played the draw 4 had to pick it up. But if they play another reverse, it goes back to the picker-upper. If that makes sense.
That's how I play.
Okay.
Because then you're playing hot potato with it, and that's acceptable.
That didn't come across in mine. Like, with us, you couldn't cross-card it. So, like, if you had draws, you could counter it, but if you didn't have a draw, you had to pick them up. So, like, there were no skips. Like, in the sense of, like, skips and reversals against draws, they didn't count. You gotta pick that up, and then if you have anything, you get to go.
Okay.
I gotcha.
But also literally skipping, like, putting down 3 skips in a row, like, skip you, skip you, skip you, back to me, skip you, skip you. Like, it was bad. Like, some people would have, like, 35 cards, and then their turn comes up, and then they Uno out, and they're done. Off of that one turn.
Yeah, that's a little insane. But then again, you guys had like cousins out the woodwork.
Mhm.
You guys were the Hops family. Like, seriously, like Zootopia is the Hops family.
Right. It's legit.
No, I'm not kidding either.
It's legit.
You're
Yeah,
good at multiplying?
Yeah,
I mean-
they are.
I ain't saying nothing.
No wonder
I'm
you
only
hate
having
kids.
one.
Wait,
Um,
what?
I said I'm only having one.
I'm just being. I was jabbing at Will.
No, I know. But, yeah, seriously, like, Will has so many freaking cousins, which is completely different from my family, where each person only has, like, a couple of children.
Mhm.
Like, maybe
Our
one,
family's fairly small.
two.
Well, mine is. Ryan's family's another story. Like, every generation, every, like, kid essentially has, like, 3 kids, so.
Yeah, that's Will's family, except for, how many brothers and sisters does your mom have, Will? 7?
Let me count it up. Hold on.
It literally took me, like, 10 years to learn Ryan's family. Like, I'm only recently gotten comfortable to realize who's who, who's the stepchildren of who, how are they
Yeah.
related, you know? Like, because it was so complicated.
You're better than I am. I hate to say this, you're better than I am. I have yet to get that far.
Well, we'd go to Ryan's family reunions, and I'd be like, who is that? And he would be like,
Oh.
well, that's Uncle Johnny, but, like, Uncle Johnny how, you know? And then it came down to, okay, we're going to invite people to, like, birthday parties or, like, weddings and stuff. And I'm like, who should we invite, who should we not? You know, you got to invite brothers and sisters, but it's okay to skip cousins. You know, it's like that.
I want to say.
You're a lot better than I am.
I want to say my grandmother had 7 legitimate children because there's some speculation that there are some other children out there from my grandfather. And I'm not digging that far into it, but 7 legitimate children that are my mom's brothers, or like my mom included. So 6 brothers
She
and
had
sisters.
7 children.
Yeah, 6 brothers
Okay.
and sisters.
There you go.
It's a big
And then
family.
I want to say that your grandmother is like one of 15.
I don't remember. I don't know her. I don't know
I
that
feel
far
like
out.
that is. I feel like that's that accurate statement was that your grandmother is one of 15.
My goodness.
Like, yeah, like it's like big family upon big family. When Will's brother has a lot of children, but Will and his sister are similar, where we only have one child and his sister doesn't have any children.
She's like, I'm gonna adopt somebody when I'm like 45. So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she's maternal
She's gonna adopt a
to.
grown ass child. Is what she's gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That might be a smart thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and she's very maternal towards our nieces and nephew. So it
Oh, yeah.
would not surprise me if she did adopt children.
Yeah,
She's a
okay.
very loving person. But anyways. So yeah, Will's family's freaking gigantic. And you are a lot better person than I am.
It's,
Because I'm immediate family only for like parties and stuff.
Well, it's like what would wind up happening is I'd invite my family, and it's like you have my parents, you have my aunt, uncle, and then their kids, and like we're all like we live in this area, so I invite them to everything essentially. And then Ryan's family is very judgmental, so it'd be like, wait, she invited her second cousin, you know, things like
Yeah.
that, and it's just like,
But you
okay,
didn't invite
so
me? Yeah.
exactly, and so we had to kind of balance it out somewhat, you know.
Yeah.
So like and. Like for Christmas cards and stuff, I try to be like knowledgeable about it because it helps a lot in conversation. Because
Mhm.
they're a farming family. Is what they do. They talk.
Yeah. Yeah. That is
So
very
and it's
true.
like and Ryan's not much help with it, so it's like I had to kind of learn it on my own. But
Aw,
yeah.
that's far.
See, my family's small. Honestly, it's like I'm an only child, and like I'm only in contact with like 2 cousins. The other ones like live far away, and it's like we really don't associate with them anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. The only time I see any of my cousins ever is probably like maybe once or twice a year because we go camping with them in October and sometimes in July. But I don't talk to any of my cousins really, to be honest. And that's just how our family is. We don't talk to each other. Like I barely even talk to my mother. That said, it's probably horrible to say, but you know, it's just how our family is. We're just quiet people.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of the reason why I don't like the family that I'm referring to that I'm most connected with is my dad's family. And my mom's like immediate like her siblings. Like but like anything past that like my mom's family's really quiet. So it's like I know there's cousins out there. I've heard of them. I maybe met them at like a wedding forever ago, but they're real quiet, keep to themselves. So I really don't know who they are.
I gotcha. Yeah.
They're just a name and a picture I see sometimes on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually, like something reposted from your mom, or your mom commented on it, or something, or
Exactly.
yeah.
Thank goodness for Facebook.
I know, right? You're just like, hey, I kept up on your birthday. Ha ha. No, I didn't.
That's my dad's side of the family.
Is it?
Yeah. Kind of like we know they exist, but we don't really talk to them.
So yeah, are we ready to start?
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be if y'all want to do a recap, but give me 1 second. Because I want to stop this recording so I can post it as just, like, in between tidbits.
You could save it and then post them as separate things.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on.
I got
I
you.
was just gonna stop the
Oh, just
recording
us
so I can-
BSing and then
Yeah.
actual game?
Yeah. That way, if you don't
Oh
want
my.
to watch us BSing for, like, an hour, not 30 minutes.
Yeah.
then, you know.
Do people
Like-
actually... how many views have you had now I think about it?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm curious.
I am.
So
I think it's a total of, like, maybe 7.
That's better than some of my videos, well.
I mean, I'm talking
No,
about
that's
across
good.
all
That's
of
good.
them. All of them.
Oh.
Well, I've watched each one once, so I can account for one of them.
So I just got home, so I will be transitioning to the computer. I'll be
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Once again, Jess, you're better than I am.